Hey, welcome back to Two Old Crows Homestead. This is Shelly. And it's been a while since we put a video out. That's mainly because we've been working a lot. I've actually been having to work out of town for a few days. And then we've had last weekend we did a family camping trip. There's always stuff to do on the homestead, but we had not really had some good family time. And so we took last weekend off and went and did that, and it was very relaxing. Great time with family. We really enjoyed it. But now we're back at it. So in the last video, or maybe the one before that, you saw that we went and picked up our breeder pig, our male. And for the life of me, I'm drawing a blank on what they call male pigs. I don't even know. Anyway, we went and picked him up. He's about 6 months old. His name is Fred. But that day it was really hot and we weren't able to get Wilma out with him. So we actually, 2 weeks later, we went and picked up Wilma. And actually made the super smooth transition. They already had her pinned up in a trailer, and she just walked from their trailer into our trailer, and we came home and she walked from the trailer out into the pen where we have Curly and Fred. So it was very uneventful, which is good, because we found out that she's probably bred, that she is bred. Not what we expected, but hey, we're gonna do this thing, right? But this video, which I want to show you just in a minute, I'm gonna let y'all meet Wilma. But this video, I just want to kind of give you a short update on successes and failures. So come along with me. This is Wilma. She got here yesterday, and according to the people that we got her from, she's already bred. And she could be having babies in as little as a couple days, up to possibly 2 weeks from now. There's Fred. He's glad to have Wilma here with him. Aren't you, baby? Aren't you? Yeah. And of course, there's Curly, our big old boy. So Randy's going to be coming out here on a couple days from now and moving this whole enclosure right here and going out into the field out there and giving them a little bit fresher area. And then we're actually going to fence in a huge portion of our pasture down there to let them just graze around on the pasture. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Freddie? Yeah. Ain't that right? You gonna let me pet you today? Are you gonna let me pet you? Huh? Are you gonna let me pet you? Yeah? Can I pet you? Can I get your snout? Can I get your snout? He's been kind of skittish and hasn't really wanted us to mess with him. Well, Curly will let me pet him. Our fence isn't on. I have to get in there and tear out all of that electric fence. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing, buddy? Like, you're giving me mixed signals. I don't know if you want me to pet you or not. Do you want me to pet you? I'm going to come out here a little bit later and yank all that out. All of that electric wire right there. So Randy can get this moved. What you doing, Wilma? What you doing? Huh? What you doing, sweetie? Do you want me to pet you? Like, if I try to pet you, you back off from me. You gonna let me pet? Oh, well, maybe a little bit. Cooper, what are you doing back here? So, as most of you, or anybody who watches our channel probably knows, this area right here is my potato patch. And this is a failure. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not a failure. But all of my potato plants, which there's some right there, you can kind of see them wilting down a little bit. There's one, there's some. This thing got ate up with weeds. And this is that pigweed. That's what most of that is in there. And I came out here and started yanking all of that out and actually had this whole area cleared out. And something else has grown back in its place. I do have along that line right there, there are some sweet potatoes planted in there. I don't see them. So I don't know if they've been choked out by everything else, but I don't see them growing. I don't know if we're gonna get potatoes out of this. So when the weeds took off in this is when, let me think, I took a trip back toward the end of June with our Girl Scout troop. And when I came back, I was sick. So I was kind of like not messing with this for about a week and a half. And then I came out here and it's overgrown like this. So, I came out and started working in it, and then we had these crazy hot days. That it was staying hot well into the evening after the sun went down. So it just didn't get weeded. And you know, it's my fault. I wasn't out here taking care of it. We actually tilled this whole area up. And back long before we planted potatoes, and we should have come out and put some kind of cover crop on it. So this didn't happen. We didn't do that either. Actually went and bought cover crop, but we didn't put it out here. So I don't know if anything's going to happen with this. Right now, I'm going to chalk this up as a failure. And that's okay. Whatever. If you don't have failures, you don't learn anything, right? Won't be doing that again. Hopefully, if we get some piglets out of her, that'll be a success, right? We'll be able to keep that meat supply in, and hopefully supply some other people with meat. We'll see. We've got our meat birds out here. A bunch of them are in the coop right there. And then we've got a bunch over there in that chicken tractor that we've been moving around. We haven't processed them yet. They were about 4 months old, mid-July, so that was a couple weeks ago. Randy and I actually processed one of them that we thought, it was like one of these right here, that's like the different colors, the guy that's walking around right there. And Randy and I thought that because he was so big that we were going to get a lot of meat. And when we actually put him in the plucker and got the feathers off of him, he was not very big. I think he equaled out to being almost 4 pounds. Not very big breasts. We did cook him up and eat him, and he tasted pretty good, but we didn't, I guess we just kind of expected him to be bigger. That's a bad on my part, because these are dual purpose birds, roosters that we got from Meyer Hatchery, and that's fine, but they are not the Cornish crossed or the big red broilers that are genetically engineered, or whatever you want to say, to get big, to put on, you know, big breasts and all that kind of stuff. So now that when we processed him and we saw how small he was, you know, I was like, okay, let's put it off a little bit and let him get a little bit bigger. The problem with that is when they hit about 4 months old, the roosters start fighting. And that's kind of why this guy only has a few tail feathers sticking out. We've actually got another guy that's up there on the back porch in a cage, and he's been up there for a couple months because every time we put him out here with them, they go after him. And so I really don't think that he's going to be put back out here with them. He's probably just going to get processed when that day comes. But even this little guy right here, he's missing some tail feathers. They love to fight. I I won't say they do it all the time, but they do it more than I want them to do it. So the plan is we're going to process a few of these, probably about 12 to 15, the second weekend in August, and then we'll process the rest of them the last weekend in August, because that's the weekend that our second oldest daughter is going to come in a couple weeks and process some with us, and then our oldest daughter is going to come at the end of the month and process the rest of them with us. So those will be going out of here, and I'm okay with the size of them. It's all good. So I'm counting, you know, raising chickens, that's a success. We're doing pretty good at that. So one of the failures that we had was I hatched out, in the incubator, I hatched out 5 guinea chicks that grew to, I don't know, I guess they were probably about a month old while they were in our brooder. And then we took them out and we put them inside a big dog kennel and put them in our chicken coop. And, you know, so that they could get used to the other chickens and the other chickens could get used to them. We actually left them pinned up in there like 3 or 4 days. And so they could get used to where they're supposed to go. The first day that we let them out, they all got out of the electric fence because they were still kind of small, but they all got out of the electric fence. We got them back in and got them put up, and then I think all but one, and that one did come back, but the next day they were all gone and we have never seen them since. A couple days after they were gone, we could hear them out in our field, like way down in there. We could hear them. I can't even figure out where my finger's going there because we could hear them out in the woods down there, calling and making noise. But they never came back and we don't hear them anymore. So I don't know if they're all dead. I don't know what's going on, but we don't know where they're at. So failure. So another one of the fails, well, I thought it was a fail. If you remember, I planted green beans all up this fence line to climb up the fence. No green beans, but then you get down here and check this out. All kinds of green beans. And we're actually getting some. Right there. So because and this happened when the rains came. Everybody, you've been seeing all of the flooding in eastern Kentucky. We got tons and tons of rain. So these took off from that. But because I was unsure as to whether or not we were going to get green beans, I planted a bunch of bush beans in our garden. And those are right here. So I have 2 rows, and then there's actually a row in that bed down there of bush beans. So I feel like our bush beans are going to be a great success. Over there, I've gotten tons of jalapenos and poblanos out of that bed. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Tons of cucumbers. You know, it's funny because Friday I came out here and picked every cucumber that I could find. And then I came back on Sunday from our camping trip, and there were cucumbers twice as big as the ones I had picked. They had grew in like 2 days. It's crazy. So down here at the end of this bed, we've got cayenne peppers and chili peppers, and they're doing pretty well, but my green pepper or my bell peppers that are at that end of the bed, not so much. I haven't gotten hardly anything out of that. So part of my pepper production has been pretty good, part of it not. I've got a ton of tomatoes in there that I need to pick, and tomatillos here on the end, they're doing good as well. You can see, and they didn't even get, so like I decided I didn't like this Florida weave way of putting them up, but they're still growing, they're still producing, they're everywhere. So we'll get them out of there. And then over there, you see my old tomato bed. It's doing very well too. There's a bunch of tomatoes in there that need to be picked. So tomatoes have done well this year. I'm very pleased with what we've gotten. In this bed, we planted some broccoli and Brussels sprouts, I think, and some banana peppers right there. We got those in too late. They've gotten eaten up with something, so those are a fail. However, it's gonna be fodder for our chickens, so maybe not so much of a fail. So the chicken tractor on steroids over there has been on a bit of a hiatus because we had a drought and then we had massive rain. So this has kind of been a muddy mess out here, and the weather's just been crazy. So I'm getting ready to start that production back up. So we'll be having some more good soil for our garden. And then we've got all of our rabbits are doing well. Right here on the end, we've got Penny, and then in the third cage, you can't really see her, we've got Jessica and Penny. No, Jessica, it'll be time to breed her next week. And then Penny will be a month from now. So we'll start getting rabbits and start processing those as well. I'm counting that as a success. And we have some new chickie babies. We incubated 19 eggs and 11 of them hatched out. So they will actually be old enough to move out of this incubator about the time that we're processing the big chickens that are in the chicken tractor. So they'll get raised up in there. So this is the harvest that I got out of the garden today. And this is actually a daily thing, getting this stuff out. You see it all down the table here. So I'm super pleased with that. That one's going bad. That one's going to go to the chickens. But I'm super pleased with the harvest that we're getting all the time. So that's a success. You know, I'm just going to show you. Because sometimes I feel like all we show you are the good things, right? The stuff that we're doing right. And, you know, you're thinking, oh my gosh, how do they have time to do that? We don't. So I'm just going to span around my dining room. It's a hot mess, y'all. Check this out. It is a wreck. There's a bunch of boxes there in my living room behind the couch. There's actually a bunch of boxes in the living room because a couple weeks ago we had a big yard sale at my daughter's house. And so I was going through stuff, trying to get rid of stuff, and still have a bunch of boxes sitting out from that. There's stuff everywhere. And then last weekend we went camping, we did that. And then, you know, that pesky full-time job that Randy and I both have, that's, you know, it's what it is. We don't have it all together. Here's my kitchen. It's kind of a wreck. Yeah. I guess it could be worse. I don't know. But like I said, it is what it is. I don't want us to have one of those channels that it just looks like we always have it together, because we do not. I promise you, we do not. So, you know, if you feel like you can't do this, you're wrong. You can. You just take it a day at a time. You do the stuff. Just grow something and then, you know, put it away. So there's a YouTube channel that's called 3 Rivers Homestead. There's a woman on there that does that channel. Her name is Jessica, and her husband have a homestead, and he works a full-time job. They have 7 children, I think. So anyway, she does this challenge every August called Every Bit Counts Challenge. So if you look for that hashtag on Instagram or YouTube or whatever, you can find all these videos of people doing this challenge. And what it is to put something up every day, whether you're preserving it, whether you're canning it, preserving it somehow, I guess. Canning it, freezing it, fermenting it, drying it, freeze drying it, whatever you've got going on. Just do something every day in the month of August. Now, I am notorious for like accepting challenges and doing it for like 4 or 5 days, and then bam, I'm not doing it anymore. And that may very well happen this time. I don't know. We'll see. But today is August 1st, and I am going to start that challenge today. And I'll probably do like a week's worth of videos and just, you know, just little snips from every day and show you what I'm doing. And hopefully that will keep me accountable, and I will do something every day in the month of August. We'll see. Cheer me on. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I got some stuff to do. I got to go take up the electric fence and the pig pen. And I got some preserving to do for August 1st. So I hope you all have a blessed day. And I'll see you again. Talk to you later. Bye. Yeah, God bless you. Have a great day.